So yesterday I went to the movies to watch the new Aladdin movie. It was good. Let me know what you thought of it. Maybe from 1 to 10. Rate it down below. And then I sometimes enjoy those songs from those movies, right? And it's good to kind of go back to your childhood and re-listen to some of the songs from the movies that you've watched. And I was listening to a song from The Lion King, and it got me thinking. I kind of started connecting some dots, and it's so fascinating how in The Lion King movie, I was listening to the song where he talks about how much he wants to be a king. He can't wait to be a king. And then when that time came for him, he didn't feel ready. He didn't feel like he had what it takes to be a king. Then with Aladdin, he wanted to become a prince to impress the princess. And when he finally became that, and when he was at the party, and I don't want to spoil that part of the movie for you, but everyone's watched Aladdin. I don't remember how similar it is to the old one, but when he was at the party, he didn't feel like even he belonged. He didn't feel okay being in that setting. So he was on the outside, he was a prince, but he didn't feel that way. He didn't feel like he was ready for that. In some ways, from what he said, he didn't feel like he deserved the princess. Then it reminded me to what Kyle Cease said a while ago. I can't remember his exact words, but he talked about in a video that if you want something too much, you're not ready for it. The more you want something, the more that it shows you that you're not ready for it. Because in a way you're saying that will complete me. Like I'm not enough without that. I really want that to complete me. I had periods of my life where I was obsessed with finding my soulmate. And of course we all want that, and it would be a beautiful thing, and I wish that for all of us. But it showed me that the more, I even talked to some friends at one point, and I was like, I feel, if I'm being honest with yourself and with myself, the way it feels like I'm desperate for my soulmate, to find my soulmate. And I want to talk more about that, because so many videos are there out on YouTube on how to find your soulmate. Fascinating topic. I won't go into that right now. But then also Matt Kahn, at his last retreat that I went to, this previous one he had, he said, if wanting something makes you go crazy, imagine how crazy you'll be when you get it. Like when people are just like going crazy to manifest money. Why did the law of attraction become so freaking popular? Everyone wants to attract money. They're even freaking like salivating, just waiting for that to appear in their lives, or whatever it might be. If the process of wanting something and going after what you want is turning you into a fucking crazy person, what makes you think that when you get that thing that you want, it's gonna be any different? And you're just gonna want more. And it's okay, I'm not saying not to want. It's not wrong to have desires, like some of that spiritual bullshit flying around saying that it's not okay to have desires. It's okay, you're a human being. Just be a fucking human being. It's okay to have desires. But I want people to realize, sorry, I'm not saying be a fucking human being to you. It just frustrates me when people share teachings that make people feel like shit. So I'm not yelling at you, I'm yelling at the industry. But I think it's fascinating that to take a step back and see like, okay, am I wanting this because I don't feel like I'm worthy enough already? Because I don't feel like I have what it takes to actually get what I want? Am I wanting something because I feel incomplete? Am I wanting a soulmate because I'm bored, because I want something else in my life, because I want to change, because I can't fully love myself, so I want someone else to do that for me, because I have so many emotional wounds that I need to cover up by having a person I deeply, fully love next to me? Those were my thoughts and beliefs. And I think the more that we can actually start to love ourselves, the more that we can be grateful for what we already have, the more balanced we'll be before we start to go for something that we desire. The more aligned, if you want to use that word that's thrown around a lot in spiritual communities, the more aligned you'll be to come from a place of like, okay, I am worthy, I am beautiful, I am amazing. And at the same time, I do want to keep changing and evolving and growing into the best version of myself. And that's beautiful. But not wanting to be someone else because you fucking hate who you are. Not wanting to change because you can't even face yourself or look at the mirror and be okay with who you are and where you are right now. I want you to go for your desires. I want you to go for what you want, and I want you to get it all. Everything. But I would love it if I could help you start that journey, take the first steps on that journey from a place of self-acceptance and self-compassion and self-love. So just a little idea that I wanted to throw at you, that maybe the messages in The Lion King, Aladdin, and people like Kyle Cease and Matt Kahn and every other movie and every other story that we hear is that it's okay to want. Just see where that desire is coming from. See who you are becoming as you reach for your desires. Is that the person you want to become? Is that the person you know you're destined to be? I think if we include more self-love throughout the process, it can be such a powerful transformation. Gotta go.